Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Dr. Shirley Live. Hey, this is your girl doing it again. I am so excited to have and just an incredible guest today on Let the Millionaire Speak. Listen, this is Monday, and we're starting the week off right. Listen, my girlfriend is here, and we are going to I said, paint this town red today, talking about what God is doing in the marketplace with those of us who are moving in a place of wealth where we are giving now. We're no longer just receiving. Today, we want you to understand the scripture says that God will give us power to get wealth. But it also said in part C is that the kingdom of God might be established. And today, you're going to hear a woman of God that she is not just, how you said, doing great things in the marketplace, but she also understands what wealth is for. She's a humanitarian. She's a leader in the community doing great things. You're going to hear from her in just a moment. I'm going to share a little bit more about her, but this is what I need you to do right now. And you know how I do. Girlfriend needs some help. I need you to share. I'm going to take about a minute and I need you to check all your, go out on Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching it, that you can share this broadcast, LinkedIn, because Pat, we are right now sharing on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. So I need everybody to go over to their Facebook page. If you're on Facebook right now, watching LinkedIn or whatever, share the broadcast to your page. This is how it's going to work for all of us. Sister, we are sister keepers. And I am really, really excited about my girlfriend being here. So listen, I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time, but you know how to do this. Share. I'm sharing right now to my story. I'm sharing now. Oh my God, this is amazing. I need you to share as well. So listen, I'm going to put a little, I step away for a little bit and continue to share. I need y'all to share to your groups. We just have to, the Bible says you have not because you ask not. So I want to make sure before we bring Patricia Adams Williams up today. My guest, I'm telling you, she is going to blow you out of the water with what God has done in her life. And so I want you to hear her. I need you to tag a queen. You know how we do. Go and let your sister know. You've been saying, I needed someone to show me how to do this right in the community. I want to be out with all the, be in this, I said, right relationship currency that will grow and expand my business. I want to be able to sow at the level that God want me to sow. Go ahead now and share. Come on, don't do it by yourself. Get some sisters involved. So I'll be back. Give me a minute. I'm telling you, I'm really, really excited about this woman of God because we've been together over 20 years. So we're going to bring her up in about a minute. So listen, stay tuned. But while we're doing it, stay in tune. I need you to share. I'm going to check all my streams out and make sure we're streaming on all these platforms. Okay. Some of you are already commenting. Yes, let me know you're there. Thank you, Pat. You said tag a queen. I need y'all to keep the chat alive. She's when I tell you this woman of God has every story that I would say all kinds of things you can say for not succeeding in life. It won't work after you hear this woman of God. We'll be right back. Just stay tuned. I want to make sure we just take a moment to share, and I will be right back. Hello and welcome back to Dr. Shirley Live. I am so excited about Patricia Adams Williams. She is our guest for today. And let me just share a little bit about her. I don't want to get too formal, but let's just say she's my road dog. I said peanut butter. She's my jelly to my peanut butter. She's what we call the lollipops of my marketplace ministry. She is so far ahead of me. Even though I started a little bit earlier, she is so much farther than me. But she's 23 years as a businesswoman. And she didn't start with, how you say, millions, but she started with a heart to serve God's people. And God has raised her up to be a kingdom entrepreneur. Now, let me just tell you, she has multiplied all her efforts into organizations that now impact communities, both locally and globally. Listen, she is the founder of She Empowerment Global. I'm really, really excited about this opportunity, this endeavor, because it is a faith-based initiative launched in Ghana. Oh, come on, folks. Right there, you ought to just celebrate. Get your horns, get your whistles out, and your flags and celebrate the woman of God. She's in America launching something over in Ghana. To what is she doing? To equip and train women as kingdom entrepreneurs. In America, she leads American Care Academy, American Care Foundation, which serves children and families in Dallas with education, empowerment, and community care. Listen, we can go on and on. She's been recognized as a woman of influence, Woman of the Year, recipient of Legends and Lily Awards. This woman of God is so committed to doing kingdom work in the community that when I started working with her and going to her back to school program, it was like I felt like that whole community was out, helping her out and making sure she was successful. That just means that she is making an impact in her and an influence in her circle. And so I want you to welcome Patricia Adams Williams as we talk about more about how she gives, how she sows, but yet how God has raised her up. Patricia, I said my jelly to my peanut butter sandwich.
I love
Welcome.
it. I love that what you said, Dr. Clark, and that was right on point. You are my peanut butter and my jelly and my peanut butter. Any way you want to describe it. The Lord, when he put us together, it was for lifetime, right?
It was. It's after we met at the Potter's house in the ministerial department. I believe it was in the we were
Yes.
both of us was serving at that time. And I
You was
don't
my
know
leader.
when.
You was my leader
When
at
was
that time. We were actually forming prayer teams, and you were the leader of the prayer team, and I
what
was on your team.
see, I don't even remember that.
I
See, guys,
remember. I remember that. God connected us that way.
so that's been over 25 years then.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
25 years. Now look what he has
Look at
done.
God. Now, let
Mhm.
me just tell you all, this lady, like I told you that, some of your excuses go out the door when you hear a story, because a lot of us make excuses. I was in corporate America, they laid me off, and here I am, and I've been keep trying to get a job. And what we found out now, you got to be your own rescue. So, Patricia, take us back. I talked about you getting a Woman of Influence Award. You starting something in Ghana. You got a foundation. And let me just say, her American Care Academy is in 2 locations, full blown staff and everything. So you're going to hear from her. But Pat, take us back when you were in corporate America. I remember those times just before you were actually laid off. But I
Yeah.
remember praying with you throughout all of this progress. And then the next thing I know, you said, Shirley, this is it. And next thing I know, you done started a business. Can you talk about that moment, those times working in corporate and then choosing to become an entrepreneur and then into business, becoming a businesswoman? Can you talk about that phase of your life?
Absolutely. And I just want to say to anyone who's currently in corporate America, I know that there's somewhere or some form of entrepreneurship that's currently developing as you're working for another person, because God gives us
Mm,
gifts in corporate America that he wants us to utilize for his kingdom. And so as you're working in corporate America, I can remember when I was working, all of a sudden I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to have something of my own. And so what we currently do is we actually work in corporate America, but we also have a sole proprietorship, or we can have a corporation, but we just balance those. And then at some point, you have to really, truly be connected to the Lord to understand, when do I make this move, or he will make that move for you. So you have to just understand, even though you could potentially be laid off, just try and figure out, is this something that is good for me, or is this something that is in my purpose? Because mine was part of my purpose. A layoff can be part of your purpose. Did you hear that, Dr. Clark?
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't want to jump in, but people don't always see that as a purpose. I have my former marketing director. She's big, traveling all over the world, book marketing, everything. Pat, she was laid off 10 jobs. And she was high up in the Pentagon. And she said, wait a minute, what is God saying? So we don't see that always as a purpose moment. Mm-hmm. You saw it as a destiny moment too. So that's a great, just, can you talk about that? Because sometimes we spin our wheels trying to fulfill something. You do know when you work for somebody else, you're fulfilling their dreams. You do know that, right?
Right.
You know, it's never going to be you're never going to be paid in corporate America what you can do when God used you. I understand that. But for you, it became, you recognize it was a destiny point. When did you know, though, at that moment, I'm not going to try to get a job? Because I promise you all, Patricia Adams Williams did not look for another job when she got laid off. She was working with a telecommunication company or phone company. So I don't know what it was.
Yes, telecommunications. I remember the day very specifically, and I was laid off. I was actually back home by 9 a.m. And I sat down and I thought about, Lord, what do you want me to do? I love working. And he basically said, go purchase a computer, set your office up. You know, I had to give them their computer back. Go purchase your own computer. We can talk about that, but we're going to keep going. I had to go purchase my computer. And basically, I went to work as if I was currently going to work for corporate America. Every day, I would come to my office at 8 a.m. and I would get off at 5 p.m. And within 30 days, actually, the paperwork was submitted for American Care Foundation.
I'm just hearing so many right there. You
30
said
days.
You said something that if I mess with this, I'm aware of, coach, but I want you to hear already some of the habits. You can't lay up and start eating, popcorn and watch TV.
Right.
TV is an income reducing entity.
No TV.
Patricia Williams chose to be proactive and keep going, keep doing that which you know. God gave you strategy, Pat. I know, but I watched you. You went back to school, your whole entrepreneur, it was already in you. You was leading on the job. Talk about, people forget about those skill sets. As leader, when you're a leader, directors, head managers and things, you can transfer those things over. And that's what you did, Pat. You tapped into God's destiny and then you use your skill set.
Yes, absolutely, Dr. Clark. Every skill set that you are currently developing in corporate America can transform into an entrepreneurship business.
Mm-hmm. And see, people don't understand that you don't have to wait on nobody to do that. Your skill sets, we do know that we have learned now that 100 people, they say retire broke they said out of 195 retire broke, 4 financially free, 1 only wealthy. And so if you see the statistics like that, you're going to work all your life for that. So now you have to realize your skill set. You went to school. All
Mhm.
of that can help you start your business. So you're not coming into this without anything, no knowledge, no experience. Pat, you had all of that from that corporate way, and then you started in 30 days. Now, what was that the motivation though beyond that when you saw it happen so fast? Then you said, "Let me get going." Was that, did that motivate you? Is that what happened? Inspired you to continue to go forward?
Well, some of the desire to form a nonprofit was prior to leaving corporate America. So I
Oh,
always wanted to
wow.
help. I always wanted to help people. And so my desire was to help seniors. I love seniors. I wanted to help seniors. So American Care Foundation was created with a mission to help seniors. But then the Lord, he flipped it, and it went first to help children. And so
I
that's when
remember.
American Care Academy was created.
I was like, "What is she doing?" You remember? I was like, first of all, I remember you had some kind of contract with that. Like,
I
what?
did.
Like, how did you do that? It was like, I'm like, how did she do that? Who did she have a North Star or something? You were so amazing. It was like your gift came open. You know what I'm saying? You were giving them in corporate, but it really, to me, what I saw, guys, watching Patricia, I saw her just blossom. And it's like, where did all those gifts and calling? That's just let me know corporate America had a cap on her to me. Because when she started, it was amazing. It was the relationship. Pat, talk about this because what I saw was once you obeyed, it all the pieces started coming together. Relationship currency, started coming. The know-how, information. You were saying stuff that I had never. You had payroll. At the point you were paying staff. How did you learn all of that? Talk about that because that's a scary thing for people. There's a
Mhm.
lot that go on in HR and stuff when you start hiring people. When you talk about that component, how did you come to at peace about, ooh, I'm going to hire people. I got to make sure there's HR, there's all these things in place.
All I can tell you is that I journaled a lot every day to Lord to lead and guide and direct me because I didn't know. I had no idea how to operate a business. So I had to depend on him and his wisdom to give it to me to say, I need you to call this person. And so what it does, your network becomes everything that you need.
Wow, that's
Everything
good.
that you need, because when you actually come into a network, there is someone in that network that's going to help you. So that's why it's
That's
so
good.
important for us to be connected through partnerships, because we don't know it all,
Mhm.
but we can establish friendships, we can establish partnerships by which when we start to communicate with each other, and that is exactly what happened between you and I.
Yeah,
It, it,
it's the truth.
that's
It's the truth.
exactly what
It came
happened.
back. I promise you, whatever Patricia needed, if I had a little something, I don't know, a little drop more, I was there to give her her drop. We at your place at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. You know why? I saw a woman of faith. I saw somebody that wanted to succeed, wanted to bless people. It's something that when you see someone like that, you need to
Yes,
sow, give her your time. I
yes,
could have just said, no, she's out there doing it, but I wanted her to be there for no matter what. I wanted her, anybody, to me, Pat, what I saw was faith along this entire journey. And whatever I could do, my company could do to help you. We might not have been the best, but we were in it together. And I wanted to make sure you succeed and knew that you had a prayer partner back here that would not only pray, but get in the game with you. And so God raised you up. Next thing I know, you were World Vision. You, you had Kroger's. You were getting food. And here's the thing that I love that God did with you, Patricia. You was a socialite. I came from great, just gross poverty, but you came from a middle class. He took a socialite and put it right where some of the greatest needs were in Dallas. Can you talk about the community and what it mean to you to be in that area and what God did with you?
Absolutely, because it was very strange for me to be in the community. And so I had to depend on the community to train me. Can you believe it? So there became a network within the community because I can remember those days of poverty like I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no money. How you do zero? Negative. And you hear God saying, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. And so the community became my partner. Anything I needed in the community, once they found out I was there, they were there for me.
Mm-hmm.
They were there for me in so many ways. And so not only as you look back and you start to see being in an environment that you're not familiar with, and knowing that your faith is the only thing that can sustain you, your relationship with Lord becomes very, very close. And so that was my daily walk with him, is what do we do today? How do we serve the children? I didn't have very many children, but the ones he trusted me with, I took it very seriously. Yeah. And so I can remember the times I wanted to quit and I was washing dishes in the kitchen and he said, well, who's going to take care of the children if you leave? Wow. And from that moment, I think that was my commitment to being in the community, but understanding the language of how you serve people and understanding their needs and just listening to them. Once you get that understanding of a community, that community starts to change. You start to change. And the only thing that you do is you do it one community, one family, one child at a time. And so if you do that, you may have very little, but what you have, are you willing to give some of what you have to another person? Mm-hmm. Are you willing to be able to give whatever you have? So God gives us all enough to be able to help someone else. Mm-hmm. And he meets you exactly where you are. So that's what we started doing. We just started giving.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And one of the things that I can appreciate everything she's doing because again, I grew up in gross poverty. And so every day I woke up trying to figure out where I'm going to eat, what clothes I'm going to wear, and to see someone throwing out the lifeline like Pat was doing. I remember you started going to Kroger's. You established a partnership in a sense, in that way. I mean, they would give you food that, I don't know if necessarily all day, but it was just food in general they've had. And they would give it to you. And at first I didn't realize what you were doing, but you would set it out and you told me for the families of the children. Because that's when I caught it because I knew what it meant. I can leave here, but I might not have food at home. They get food while they're in the daycare from it's a state, daycare. But I'm saying when you go home, the story is when you go home, Pat, and you made sure that they could just grab it, cakes, whatever, and take it home. You did not know how important that was for a woman, for me seeing that.
Wow. I don't know if you know this part of that story, but that food helped in some cases, some funerals, as far as feeding the people at funerals. It was that important in the community at that point in time. Mm-hmm. And I can remember the day that the Lord was like, okay, now you can give it up. I'm like, but it was so connected to me to serve that way. But when he brings you into another level, that was for that season.
Right.
It was
Exactly.
needed for that season. And so when the season is over, you just move to the next level.
So, and the thing, I hope you're hearing the theme here. We're talking about wealth and the whole side of being a philanthropist and just being in the game, understanding what wealth is for. The secret to it, I said, why giving is the secret to staying rich. For this girl, it is her secret sauce. Giving. She knew that she had to give her way to the top. And Pat, you've been everything I can remember now. When you made it, in a sense, you have just gave and gave and gave, always giving. You sewing right now over there. Can you take a moment, as in the next 5 to 10 minutes or so, and talk about what you're doing with She Empowerment Globe? You just launched that. You got a pilot. Can you talk about there? Not if people, it's people hungry over in America. Well, she's been feeding people in America. Okay. So we want to make sure you understand that now God is taking her globally. And so, Pat, take a moment to talk about that and perhaps how people can get involved.
Okay. And I just want to go back and say, I think you mentioned something about feeding to get to the top. I don't think at that moment
Giving.
um, just giving out of your heart, because God gives us the desire to give, and his first commandment is to love. If you have any love in your heart for your fellow man and you see that they're hurting, the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you can supply some type of need that can help with that hurt. And so that's one of the things that we do with She Empowerment Global. She Empowerment Global is a part of my dissertation. And one of the things that I always wanted to do, you know how you answer those questions, those password questions. What country do you want to go to? Africa. I would answer that so many times. This is where I wanted to go, was to Africa. And so to have the opportunity to have traveled to Africa, and one of the reasons why the desire became so strong is that where I am currently now is on the land that the slaves were given when they were set free, which is 10th Street Historic District. Mind you, when I got laid off, I had no way of knowing that that's where I was. It was about 10 years into being there that I learned that this is where I am. I'm in a historic district. This is land that the slaves was given free, given when they, after the Emancipation Proclamation. So what does that mean? What does that mean to me? And so for me, it created a very strong will to want to visit Africa, because I wanted to figure out what is my purpose here, and then what is my purpose in Africa as well. And so one of the things that She Empowerment Global does is we have just developed it's a nonprofit organization in Ghana, and it's equipped to teach women entrepreneurship skills. And so the way that it developed, I'm currently a doctoral student. And so being a doctoral student, one of the missions of being there was to make sure that we had the name of the doctoral program is Spirit Filled Global Leadership in the African Diaspora, Jake's Divinity School. So think about that. Spirit diaspora. Do we know what the diaspora is? Do we know that we are the diaspora? These are things that I learned while I was in class. And so that launched a desire for me to figure out what can I do in Africa to help And so I was like, okay, I can't do children. What about the women? What is it that I know that I could possibly teach that I've learned through the years? And that was entrepreneurship skills. So the best part about this is that not only are we teaching entrepreneurship skills, we are wrapping the ministry around them. So we are first starting off all of our sessions in prayer. We currently have a pilot which is set up, and all of our sessions begin with prayer, and we're learning, and they are learning, what does it take to be a successful entrepreneur in Ghana?
This is absolutely amazing. I was looking, and we've got a comment from Vanessa Watson. You know, she's former, just a partner I've known in ministry. So blessed to see the handsome
Vanessa, love you.
Of God working in the life of Elder Patricia Williams. Thank you, Vanessa. We love you. Thank you for that comment. Pat, we are about at the end of the broadcast. And so how can people get involved with She Empowerment Global? Can people help out? What is it that you have in place, or what do you need? Let's put it that way.
Well, She Empowerment Global is currently still forming. So we are a very new nonprofit organization. Currently, we have a country manager that's currently boots on the ground over in Accra. And so one of the things that we're wanting for people to do is to first pray. Pray for the women in Ghana, pray for the women in the United States, because eventually it's going to connect. So what we're doing actually in Ghana, we'll still continue, we'll start to do that here, but we'll first start and train them. So we just need your prayers. We do have a form by which you can fill the form out, and it will actually give you a couple of things that you can help us with. You can go to sheempowermentglobal.org, and you can donate funds. You can contact me, Patricia Williams, at pwilliams@americancarefoundation.org, and let me know that you're interested, and then we'll send you out a questionnaire. We are planning a trip for anyone who is interested in supporting She Empowerment Global for October 2026. We'll take a trip over to Ghana, and then you'll get a chance to meet some of the women and enjoy the rich culture of Ghana. It's just a beautiful place for us, right? It's a beautiful place. This is our history. So for me, this is major for me to be able to go back to Africa and find out about my roots and how I can help Africa, because that's where we're from. And so the Lord has blessed me to do that. I'm so thankful that I've been given the opportunity to do that. And so this is just the beginning. She Empowerment Global has stopped in Accra, Ghana, but we may be headed your way.
Wow. Pat, I've got a video I want to show that was done over there. I think this would really reflect, you just see everything, some of the things that you're doing. Let's see if they're playing and get us set up here on the stage.
To know that I'm on this journey with you, for you to become.
Don't he do it? It almost wants to cry, Pat.
I take no credit for that. I was only a vehicle being used by God. He set it all up. And so the future of She Empowerment Global is in the hands of the Lord. And I just want you to know that when you invest in She Empowerment Global, every seed that you give is going to be given to the women somewhere across this globe. And so we are here to just be his hands for what it is that he's doing in the earth. And I promise you, if you do what he say do, that the blessings will follow you. The wealth will follow you because it's not your wealth. It belongs to him.
Mm-hmm. Pat, I'm so excited about this. When I saw the video, like I said, I almost wanted to cry. I remember us going there, meeting with so many leaders and folks. Everybody was open to this. The country of Ghana received us. And I know I need to let you go, but you met with orphanages, the leaders of hospitals, had a member 5-star
LeClevy.
CEO, owner of the hotel.
LeClevy.
Yeah, you all. This thing was so set up so well. The human services people, when we did the launch, media was there. Just Google her. You would see it takes faith to do something when you're in America, and you got to trust the folks there are going to do it right when you get there. And she just had a great team there working on the grounds. It just shows what good leadership is all about.
Yes, we have a great country manager. So everything that was set up, she's just a great leader. And so I look forward to seeing what she has planned for us when we return.
Yeah. So listen, this is the website. If you want to do anything with She Empowerment Globe, so volunteers, whatever, get the word out. Listen, she is working on her, you'll be graduating next February. We're going to go ahead and put it in the air. Her dissertation. This is a part. Did y'all hear this is a part of her schooling?
Yes.
She is so phenomenal. She's choosing this. I mean, do you understand? When you do a dissertation, I did, you're trusting that this is going to come out right. So it takes faith to trust that all of these people.
Amen.
Your people with your deans and stuff and all this open working with you will be able to say, you've done a great job. You've done what you say we're going to do. We're going to accept this, because she has to defend this. And she's trusting a lot of people, but God is bringing her through. This is what I need you to understand. Would you pray for Patricia Williams? This whole organization, pray for her schooling.
Yeah.
I don't know where she's going to end up, but I know it's going to be on top. Hello, come on, Pat, go right ahead. You got any last words?
The help of the Lord, because I'm very, very when you say top, okay, is that's where he wants me, wherever it is where he wants it.
Right, I know, but I'm just saying,
in the middle, it's the top.
The devil ain't gonna have you under. Let me just clear that. Yeah, you ain't gonna be under with the devil. I'm not. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about
the Lord lead.
Yeah, you ain't gonna go down.
Global, just shouts out to George Fox University, Jake's Divinity School. If it had not been for the Lord, this is the development of everything up under that umbrella, the teaching that has taken place. So that's the reason that She Empowerment Global is now getting ready to reach the world and help women across the globe. First stop, Accra, Ghana.
Yeah. Patricia, I'm so excited for you. And you heard her humble spirit. Every time we try to take her, see, she's been hiding out so long with this greatness that God is just blowing her up. That people are seeing her greatness. She's getting to be honored next week. Again, we started honoring her a long time, but now God is giving her a bigger place, visibility. So, and I think, Pat, this is a good thing to segue to close. Is that some folks want to be the limelight and they're not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? You have just been playing behind the scenes. It's not that you even desire all of that. It's just your season. But you have been putting stuff in the ground. Bishop Jakes, I love the hymn, said to serving at the Potter's house, he told us, never ask for the spotlight, because you got to be ready when the spotlight do come on you. Don't ask for it too early. So put your seeds in the ground. Patricia Williams is a giver to her heart. And she has a beautiful mom. I said, Mom, I'm going to give a shout out to Bobby, Mama Bobby Adams, because she raised her right. She raised her right. She loves her mom, and mom support her all the time. I got some, let me just put some comments out here. Dave Ross is saying, hi, Dave. This has been a blessing for me, even though I am a man. Bless you. Thank you,
And
Dave.
there is room for men in She Empowerment Global.
Yeah, because you have men on your
Absolutely.
board. You have men,
Yes.
about 3 or 4 men on your
We're
board.
thinking about a man empowerment global.
Wow. Listen here, Rosenda is one of my African partners. She's
Oh,
in
my
the
husband
Dallas
is
area.
gonna. I'll be
Yeah,
there
she's part of my network. She said she's from there. You know, your
a
husband,
beautiful,
Rosenda,
beautiful.
I go way back. Hmm.
I did not want to come home. I just wanted to let you know I was there for 3 weeks, and I promise you, I was like, "Am I leaving?" Oh my goodness! It
Yeah,
really felt like home for me, and I really felt like I was making an impact.
yeah,
And so God
amen.
is putting us in positions where we are able to create impact for other people, for his
Yeah,
people. And
yeah.
that's what we want to do here in the earth, is to
Hmm.
create that impact. If it's one woman that he's wanting us to touch, then we will have been successful.
Listen, when God dealt with me, Pat, when he said to me, I want your millionaire anointing come out. And we was in so much debt, and we were at bankruptcy. And one of the things that I said to God, I don't want millionaire money. I mean, Hollywood money that will, I'll leave God.
Mhm.
We want good success. And that was one of the things and so I think as having the heart of God is always about serving. And this is where you came in. You always been like this. Ever since I met you, you were about serving people. You want to be elevated, get low. Go to the floor and just focus on the floor and not that. And God will take care of all
Mm.
that other stuff.
The floor is a good place to be.
The floors will be the soaking down there, Pat, has it brought me to visibility. But that's when you know that's your calling, you don't have to do all that extra stuff. Patricia
Amen.
Williams has been that had a head down serving people in the community, serving your children, serving seniors. Come on, serving those in need. Now she's went overseas. I need y'all to just keep her in your prayers. That's what I'm gonna ask you to do. Pray for her health.
Dr. Clark,
Look
I
at.
just want to take just a moment
Mhm.
to just thank God for you,
Oh,
because I know that when I was in desperate need, and truly about to lose my mind, he sent you to me.
mm,
And so for through the years, and I just want people to know, God always has that one person
ooh,
that he will connect you with, that will become a lifeline for you in the middle of a storm,
yeah.
because that's what it felt like. I was in a storm.
Mm,
And so, but it was his storm.
mm,
It was his storm, but not knowing that. But then when he sends someone to help you and you've been there consistently, it's not very many times you can have a consistent friend
mm. I
and a
know.
consistent woman of God who knows how to conduct business
Mhm,
at any level. She
mhm.
can do it. And so I just want to honor you,
Oh,
because he has truly gifted you with a gift, many gifts that
mm,
for the body of Christ. And I just thank him so much for
wow,
just you and your life and what it
wow.
is that he has done throughout the years within your life. I don't
You,
take it for granted.
wow. It's funny I just remember you just doing anytime things you just do stuff and I didn't realize, you just do it, but I saw that that made me think about there are times I can think about when you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you on your way up, the enemy will attack everything. And that's I remember saying I remember being conscious of saying I'm gonna see her through this because some things you can't tell people.
Mm-hmm.
I look at God But look at God. You got to know your destiny determines your warfare. I just did a book for clients.
Ooh, you got to know your
You got to
destiny.
know that your destiny.
Determine your
Your
warfare. Because we know the warfare is coming. But do you know your destiny?
right. And the type of warfare you don't always know. And I said, I'm not leaving her. I want her to know I'm present at the times that different things that happen. But you have to have people like that, Pat. And I said, God, if I can go to heaven knowing that I'm that for somebody, because somebody had to be that for me. I didn't have that. And I just said, God, let's let me be somewhere, for somebody. I want it for life, not you get down the road stuff, people shifts. I just wanted you to know you had flesh and blood. That's why I could be up at your place at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. And there's nothing like having flesh and blood.
Nothing like it.
We might not have all the answer, but just having a sister there and know that believes in you.
And for you to go to God, to trust me enough to go to Ghana with me, and for my brother Thurman to trust me to take you to Ghana.
He loved Pat Williams, so Pat got a whole lot of credit. Like I say, she got a lot of street credits with my husband.
I was like, thank you, Thurman.
He had to put insurance on me to go anywhere. he put $250,000 insurance on me that last trip. He didn't know those people. You didn't know, in case I didn't tell you that. She got her street credits with my husband. But the other couple folks I went in April, he put $250,000 accidental everything on me. I don't know them people. Pat just it's amazing. My husband he trusted Pat. As soon as I said I was going with Pat, there was no whole lot of questions. No, there was nothing.
That's my brother.
Pat Williams, okay, you good, But that just speaks volume. It's just a volume of who she is. And my husband has seen her over the years be committed to me and me being committed to her and just building that relationship. And that's something that ladies can learn too, if there's an opportunity. Connect with the spouse of the person too. You were always just friendly. He never felt threatened by you as a friend at all. If I say Pat, he'll go over half of the world to get to Pat. Take care of Pat. He knows her spirit. And Pat has just always been someone that just had that type of spirit that people can feel the love of God when you come into contact with her. Pat, listen, thank you for that great work. Listen, here's the thing I want you to know. There are a lot of leaders that trying to get to contact my office. Even tonight, I have a Soakinpreneur training where I'm helping people. Go to my website. Let me just say, I don't have time to go through all of this. Let me just put my website up. I've got a training to help people right now called Soakinpreneur. You all got to learn how to get down but how to build up opportunities. Pat had a knack as well. I know some of us do come to the table a little bit more, natural abilities, but some things get learned. And she stepped out in faith. I want to help you create your package deals, your signatures, things that create wealth so that you don't be struggling all the time. I go to my website. That's all I'm going to say. You just
connect with Dr. Clark. That's all I can say. Because some of the brand that I currently have is because of her.
Hello.
The favor of God. I'm telling you, connect with her because that is a gift that God has given her.
I remember the last time you were like, girl, that's a gift.
It's a gift. It's a gift. You made me shine.
Yeah. You take people up, Pat. That's what we do. We take people up. Pat, take me up. I remember I was just so worn, burnt out about 2 years ago. Pat, I got to get away. Pat say, here, I'm sending you to a hotel. Again, this is what you wanted. This is what it's all about, serving humanity. and she knocks it out of the park. Over 100, there's such a thing, over 100%, whatever. Bottom line, she has always made herself available. She was so. And let me just say, Pat, when God raises up, we sow financially. We just didn't give clothes, food. We were also giving up our goal. And this is what God, many people, I just know God told me, if I'm gonna give it to you, you got to know it's not for all these other things. I remember looking at you, I was telling you about, oh, you got this bag. You said somebody gave me that. That's what happens. You all put it on things, but we give it away, and then
Right.
God blesses us with all of this other stuff. And do you remember when we sat down? I'm gonna let you go. We were sitting, and I was like, "What you doing now? How much you bringing in?" I remember saying to you, "Girl, you should be doing a million." And Pat, I can see Pat mind. You got to know my free her mind. Like, I'm trying to get through all of this, and now God is allowing her company all kinds of high end, seven figures or more, all running through her business. Staff, and how many staff people you have all together now? About 10. You have 10 or 8 or so. How many working with you? It takes, and what I'm saying to you, she knew nothing of this. And now God has raised her up to location. Now the pilot is over there going on in Africa. She working on her living. And by the way, she got 2 masters, MBA. What then is it
No,
entrepreneurs
just
or 2
one.
masters?
Just one.
One MBA,
One MBA.
entrepreneurship.
One MBA, and
That
always wanted to go back to school for my doctoral degree, but timing is everything. So
I
sometimes you
remember.
have to wait for
Yeah,
the
it's over
Lord's
10
timing.
years, right? And I remember you going back. Now you have to understand, she went back to school while she was building a business.
Yes, the first beginning of the business.
She went
Because
that
I was
there.
actually signed up in corporate America to go back to business. I mean, to go back to school. And that's when they told me that I could still go, and I was launching the business.
And I
So
was like,
you
"You
can do
doing
it.
what?" You said, "Shirley, I'm going back." What?
Despise not the day of small
No,
beginnings.
that's it, man.
Small.
It was truly.
Because God is in the midst of it all.
He is. But listen, we're going to let you go. We want you, if you
Okay.
want to learn more about wealth building as a marketplace, tomorrow night I'm doing a Bible study for a church that's dealing with the marketplace ministry. Churches need to
Mhm.
know how to galvanize and mobile, their business community in the church. And see, we a lot of time we struggle and we say, well, we don't make much money, or time, my people don't have money, or whatever. But the reality is, the business gate is one of the biggest gate that you can be in, that will bring additional money into it, because you're using other people's money. Eventually you're servicing people and getting revenue. And so I want to teach them how to have marketplace, to start the CDCs and help them. Pastor, you can start your own business. While you're waiting, we got to learn how to rescue our own self, get in the business, do whatever, and start sowing. As I close, here's the thing I want to challenge you. Find out what you don't look at your bank account, don't look at your past, don't worry about your pedigree and all of that, all that happened to you. I need you to write down a figure that you want to be able to sow into the kingdom,
Mhm.
period. Not your church, in the kingdom. That means if you want to sow $100 million, write that down, because it's your sowing. I've learned this, Pat. I
Mhm.
determine my sowing amount, not what my income. What do I want to give and bless God's people with? Projects and stuff like this. That's what I put down and believe God for. Now, if you're gonna believe God for 100 million, when I heard a billionaire say that he didn't even know God like us. Let's just say it like that. And I said, if
Mhm.
he and his wife can do it, Pat, why can't we that
Amen.
believe in the God of the universe that give us power? So I said, at least I got to check that off. I'm believing for 100 million to give into the kingdom. So what would I make then? See, so many of you
Mhm.
are trying to get to the make side, but if you do the 100 million, look at it the way you come at giving and receiving through the giving gate, and then watch God bless you. Pat, thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Just one last shout out to my Dr. Grace Darko and the ambassador, Cheryl Williamson with She Empowerment Global. I love them. We were all on the trip together, so I just had to at least say their name. I love y'all.
Yeah, Dr. Grace. She went through the program before you, the doctoral program.
Yes.
At Jake's Divinity School, and incredible woman, guy. I
major
got to
role
get
in
her
She
on the
Empowerment
program
Global.
too.
Huh?
I got to get her on. You introduced me to her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So she would be the guru to kind of tell you a little bit more about Ghana, right? And how I'm positioned better than I can probably tell you, because that's exactly where she's from. So I depend on her to lead and guide me through the steps of She Empowerment Global, as well as the country manager, because God has all orchestrated this all together.
Yeah. Amen. Amen. Well, listen, I love you, appreciate you, and thank y'all for watching Dr. Shirley Live. Hey, we're going to be doing this again next week. Listen, we have Lanisa coming, and I'm telling you, Lanisa worked with me for 4 months, and I've been playing her videos out and letting people see it. Wow. She said, "Listen, Dr. Clark, I used to make $40,000 to $80,000 a month, Pat. In 2021, see, our testimonies are not 30-year-old. 2021, okay." And she said, she told me that, Pat. So I want to let you all know, watch out for that. That's going to be, I think it's Monday or Tuesday night. Just look up at 7. She's going to be sharing 7, because she says she used to make $40,000 to $80,000 a month when she met me. And she was not at the time. I said, well, why don't we see and believe God to get you back to there? Lanisa, in 4 months working with me, got a $90,000 client. Wow. And another 2 or 3 months, she made $120,000, went up to that. And then another one, a few more months, $150,000. Lanisa today is a multimillionaire. Lanisa and 4 or 3 other partners, African-American ladies, health and wellness. They own about 4 health and wellness exercise places, like 24/7, Pat. They bought a 3-acre land, a house, a health and wellness home, a pool house, everything you can think of. It's like you go into the Hollywood studio, you ride on those carts, you get over to the studio, they have that. This is just by, so that's why I'm saying connect with me. What I saw, Pat, is she needed a girlfriend. Someone had matched with that lady. But I came back and just built her back up, and now her greatness is out. They have a house, a resort. Come on, you can go and rent out. Yeah, I'm taking about 20 ladies in February. We're getting ready to get those ladies.
Where's it located?
In Memphis, 6 or 6.5 hours away in February. You go get the full body massage, everything. You do your blood. They got a area where you can meet, pool, Airbnb they own in the city. Then another, I'm telling you, you need to see it. She's going to be here. So next week with me. And what I want to do is encourage people that said, well, I can't get started. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
All of us started with nothing, pretty much.
Nothing. 0.
Whatever your dreams are. What we want to do, Pat, and what I'm doing with this, is let people know you don't have to do this by yourself now. Connect with me. I have a knack now to help people speed up. So you talking now, it's 2025. So it was in 2020, the same year she started increasing. And now by 2022 or 22, I think it was 2022 or 23, they were already had all of that. Now they got, like I said, Airbnb houses throughout the area, location like 24/7. And then a big old 3 acres land with that big old house in it. You can rent out, and everybody just can't do that.
We need to all support.
Yes,
that's the one thing we need to do more of, is supporting each other.
Okay. And I love that, Pat, because that's what I'm getting ready to do. I said, I've got to put together some type of booklet that I know people that truly love it. I know Black business is like everywhere.
Dr. Clark.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't need people in the middle of the road or trying to just make it a little bit in. Let's find these really sold out and doing things like, let us bring them to the top. So Lanisa is an example of someone that one of the millionaires as well. I can't make this stuff up. It's you can go there. They had about 400 people to show up. They have bed trucks. They have all kinds of stuff. Oh, it's just phenomenal. And Pat, thank you for coming. I'm gonna let you go. Love you guys. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Listen,
for having me.
yeah, do whatever you
Appreciate
can to help Pat. Pray for her. We want long life with her. Meaning, we just want her to be around as long as God will have her around to help
it.
people.
Amen.
And God, we already know God is going to continue to bless her.
Yes.
But we want you to at least pray for her, stand with her, say, woman of God, I believe in you, believe in what you're doing in any way that you feel you can help us. Absolutely. Go to sheempowermentglobal.org. And I'm telling you, she would definitely appreciate you. She is one that is, I promise you will handle you properly. And so trust her. You can trust me when I tell you, Pat Williams is your go-to if you want to help people. God bless you. Love you.
Love
Thank
you,
you for
Dr.
watching.
Clark.
And thank you, Pat.
Thank you.